So we have a theorist and we have a practitioner. The theorist is a person that's gonna sit back and read books from a library that somebody else wrote. They become real smart about what someone else wrote, okay? A practitioner is me. I put myself in hell, lived in it for a long time, and figured out how the human mind works while suffering, while in pain, while in misery. And that's how I wrote my book.
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what your mind is thinking. Most of us don't stay in hell long enough to write the book.
Yeah.
I stayed in long enough to write it and finish the book.
Okay, so I just gotta say, for you watching right now, I want you to think about what David just said. Like a lot of our clients right now, and this is actually one of the questions I wanna ask you is, a lot of our clients are dealing with a changing market, a changing real estate environment, right? And there's people that are watching this, they're entrepreneurs and salespeople and teenagers, but you know, their world is changing.
Right.
I remember the first time I met you, you were saying, I had to look in the mirror and say, okay, not that smart, roger that, I can do something about it, right? Get educated, right? I'm not as physically strong as I wanna be, okay, I can do something about that. Like, you have this mindset of like, weakness, go out and solve it. Go put yourself in that.
Right.
Could you just speak to the guys that are and the gals that are watching this right now that they're afraid to make phone calls?
Right.
Like they make phone calls, someone says yes, they make $10,000.
Right.
You with me? And they are candy asses and afraid to do it.
So I call it in my book here, it's called the accountability mirror, but it's called raw accountability.
Yeah.
Not just accountability where we find that nice happy word. If you're fat and you look in the mirror and you say, wow, I eat a little too much. No, you're fucking fat.
My exoskeleton is larger than yours.
Right. No.
That's the new one, right?
Yeah, I mean, you cannot say that to yourself.
No.
But see, you have to make a list of the things that you don't like to do. This list should be very long. Like if you don't like making calls.
Yeah. Yep.
The very first thing you should do is start making a shit ton of fucking calls.
Yep.
Because why? That begins to own you.
Yes.
You start to drive yourself this way versus this way. But you'll figure out, if you start making a whole bunch of fucking calls, if you like calling, call a lot.
Yeah.
Guess what happens?
You get over it.
You get over it. So what we do a lot is, I heard a lot of people say, triple down on this, triple down on most of your strength.
Yeah.
No. That works for a lot of things, but when you're afraid and you don't have the courage, you have to triple down on your weaknesses and make that become where you start to guide yourself. Okay, I don't like calling. Today I'm making 100 calls.
Yeah.
I'm gonna dial 100 times.
Say that one more time. Everybody talks about triple down on your strengths, right? Play to your strengths. There's a million books on that.
Yes.
And the way I heard it was like what you fear is gonna own you more than the power of your strengths. So you gotta attack. I mean, am I getting that the right way?
That's 100% true. So I have my book here, but what happens is, when I was younger, life and society made this big world with all these endless fucking possibilities.
Yep.
Endless possibilities. My life made my possibilities this fucking big.
Yep.
Because it made me afraid of all these different things.
Yeah.
So all this stuff trapped my mind, it shackled my brain, it made me a prisoner within my own self, saying, this is all I can do. Because why? I'm afraid of this, I'm insecure over here, I got self-doubt over here, back behind me, good Lord, who knows what's behind me? I'm not gonna look behind me. So your life is this big. Versus it being like, I can do all this shit out here if I start to break down these these different walls and barriers. And that's what I started realizing. I could become a Navy SEAL. I could become this, but I was afraid of the water. Think about this.
I know.
Why the fuck are you gonna go be a Navy SEAL when all you do is play in the water?
Yeah.
And we don't play, we're in it and we're living in it.
You're tying
the
knots,
ocean,
you're swimming for miles.
That's right, the ocean is unforgiving.
Yep. Yeah.
So my mind is, I'm gonna go be a Navy SEAL.
Yeah.
If I didn't face that fear, no one would ever know me. I was number 3 behind Michelle Obama for a long time until my book sold out.
Yeah.
And I was a guy just 21 years ago who was 300 pounds, could barely read and write, and now I have a book just 2 spots behind Michelle Obama.
Yeah.
Hopefully
we get it above today.
Right. Just because I was afraid.
Yeah.
But you overcome those fears, guess what happens? The whole world, you unlock this door and everything opens back up again.